Nick, have you heard?
Heard what?
The Bishop and the Gator are in stores.
Oh, I did hear that.
Brick and mortars, baby.
Yeah, they're available right now at Rivermen Cigar Company and Lit Cigars, The Smoke Pit, Man Cave Cigars, Smoker's Alibi, and our friends over at Max Smoke Shop.
Way cool. You need to go to those stores and you need to get yourself a Bishop or a Gator.
They're fantastic cigars.
Why not both?
Should be both.
I'm saying. You can also get them at martinezcigars.com.
Check them out today.
Coming to you live from the JRE Tobacco Aladino Mobile Studios, it's the Cigar Pulpit.
You know it.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another sermon from the Cigar Pulpit. I'm the Bishop of the Burn, Nick, and with me, as always,
It's Gator.
he's pinging on all cylinders today, guys. Like, just all cylinders.
I'm playing your last nerve like a fiddle.
Like a fiddle. But anyway, with us today, in person, special guest, Dave Rivera, Sales and Marketing Director for Martinez Cigars. How you doing, Dave?
I'm doing good, guys. Enjoying the weekend here in St. Louis. Having a good weekend, hanging out with the guys. Dan here at Rivermen, and just enjoying the weekend, like I said.
Have you seen how Nick treats me?
Yeah, but come on, Dave. Okay, so let's back up. Have you seen how Jeff acts?
Yes,
Anyway.
yes. Jeff has needs very special care.
You're saying Jeff's a special needs child.
He has demands on where we go things and how we do things. It's pretty interesting.
Yes.
We'll get to all that. So first, though, we're smoking a really special cigar.
Oh, yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
What are we smoking, Dave?
We're smoking our new release that's going to be coming out at the end of May.
This is the TPE cigar
This
So
is
we've
the
all
TPR,
been-
yeah.
that we've been
talking about,
teasing
yes.
for like a year now.
Yes.
This is the TPE cigar.
COVID shut it down for a little bit.
Okay.
But now it's ready, and we're releasing and having you guys smoke it for the first time.
So I'm gonna the
Go for it.
Patrimonio.
Yep.
Patrimonio.
I need to get mine out of the cellophane.
No, it didn't come in a cellophane.
Yeah.
It's in cellophane.
It didn't come in cellophane. You put it in cellophane. The man himself said that it didn't come in cellophane.
Dave, did it come in cellophane?
It did.
God damn it, Dave.
And it's really in there.
I've been siding more with Jeff this weekend, haven't I?
You have been.
I thought so.
You have been.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, right's right and wrong's wrong. Got it.
Jesus.
Nice.
All right. So, what is this? 5.5?
This
6?
is a 5 by 54. It's a Gordo Robusto. It's
But it smells good.
Yeah, it smells really good.
It does.
Got that little sweet smell to it.
Uh-huh.
It's a Nicaraguan and Dominican filler, Cubanito, and then you have a Nicaraguan binder, and then now you have a Brazilian Arapiaca wrapper, and also comes in a San Andreas Maduro. We also have it in a Torpedo, a 6 by 52.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Very cool. Well, I can't.
It's a good-looking stick.
It is.
Yeah.
Well-constructed.
And the band is really cool with the just basic blue and white going on there. That's really neat.
And it's not your typical paper they use for your...
Yeah, it feels a little maybe thicker.
It's like a little vinylish.
Yeah. I like it.
Very cool.
Yep.
Spiffy. So, why don't we go ahead and give this guy a cut and a light, and we can get going. And the official cutting is brought to us by Dan the Man Ponder over at Rivermen Cigar Company.
We're there now.
Well, that's my point. You know, Dan has been a gracious host this weekend, and he's happy. He's actually got to try this cigar.
Yes.
And what were his thoughts?
He loved it. From what he told me, he really loved the smoke, and he loved the body, the taste of it, and just really enjoyed it. And I was happy to hear that from him, because we do value a lot what Dan says. He really likes her. He loves that New York City blend.
Yep.
And this one he really enjoyed, and I was happy to hear that.
Very cool. Well, Dan's got a full selection of Martinez cigars, as well as a lot of other cigars here in his humidor. And let me tell you guys, the weather today has been a little rainy, but in general, that
But
doesn't.
nice.
But it doesn't matter, at Dan's place because he's got that 1,500 square foot covered patio. When we got here, there were plenty of people sitting out front enjoying that, and there were a nice group of people sitting back in the lounge. So the place is getting social and hopping again. And if you're in the St. Louis area, you need to swing by Rivermen Cigar Company and check it out. Say hi to Dan, say hi to Miss Cindy and Jane, and light up a cigar and enjoy it. And if you're not in the St. Louis area, but you want to support a really awesome brick and mortar, give Dan a call. He can get a box of cigars sent to you right away. And, you can get some of those Martinez cigars and various things that maybe you don't have in your area. So, Rivermen Cigar Company, Crestwood, Missouri. And with that, it's time that we go ahead and cut the cigar. Now, I've been looking forward to this because Dave gave us these cigars yesterday.
Yes, and we were good.
He wanted us to smoke these yesterday.
We were good.
He was like dying for us to smoke these right off the bat when we picked him up from the airport. And, we said no. We want to smoke them on the show, give our initial impressions right there on the show.
Yep.
And make sure that everybody got to hear exactly our thoughts as they were happening.
Yeah.
As they are presented.
Just like the 45, I guess we could do the same thing.
It
we
is.
did. Yep.
You know what?
You're
Exactly. You're right. This is very similar to how we did the 45 that time. And that worked out well for you.
It really did.
You think you're going to be lucky twice?
I think so, man. I'm really confident on this. This just knocked it out of the park. We had about 5 different samples of this, and each time we changed it. And the last sample he made of it was a burner. It was strong as anything. So he changed it up a little bit, and then really did a great job. He's been knocking it out of the park with the last 5 blends he's been doing, and we've been getting a lot of great feedback on all the cigars. So I'm really excited to get everybody's opinion on this and see what you guys think.
I noticed we all went V-cut.
Yes.
So
all right. Well, cold draw time, gentlemen.
Draw.
What are you getting?
I don't know. Maybe like a bitters, like almost baker's chocolate, kind of bitter chocolate. Maybe. Jeff's over there filleting his cigar.
I would actually go along with you on that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are we in the wheelhouse there?
It's in that little sweetness realm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, I always say I'm not that guy that can tell you these little notes in terms of peanuts and stuff like that.
Do the cold retro. You'll pick it up.
Okay.
It's like a nice salted dark chocolate.
Yep. All right. Well.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Light away.
Well, yeah. We're going to light away. Get this guy rolling. Do.
You're going torch. I'm going to go soft flame.
You do that.
Yep.
I mean, considering you already jacked up one of my freaking lighters today.
I was nowhere near that lighter.
So, guys.
But it turned into a hand grenade.
Jeff likes to screw with the adjustment wheel on the bottom of my lighters. And he...
They're never high enough.
Mm-hmm. He likes to turn them up as high as they'll go. Because
that's what God intended.
He really enjoys
when he created lighters.
He really enjoys seeing like a 10 or 11-inch flame coming off that lighter. And at some point, he got a hold of this lighter of mine.
No, I didn't.
And must have somehow broken the adjustment wheel on the bottom.
Lighter.
And so what happened was the lighter, it was like, I mean, I haven't seen a flame like that come out of a lighter like that before.
It's about 12 inches.
It was a solid foot off of the lighter. And I mean, it was an intense flame. And
to the point, for full disclosure, we were at the Hill Cigar Company.
Mm-hmm.
We're there earlier today, and we plan to go over to Lit tomorrow, kind of taking Dave around all the shops here in town. And to the point that Jess at the Hill said, don't burn the shop down.
Yeah, like she's just like, that's not safe.
It was a monster
She's
flame.
like, that's not safe. Be careful. And so at this point, we determined that Jeff broke the wheel.
No, I didn't touch it.
We can no longer ratchet it down. It's stuck in that position.
Just to try to fix it.
That's when I just gave Jeff the lighter and gave away my last Vertigo Cyclone.
Well, he tried blaming me.
Yeah, I know.
You had it.
He's blamed everybody but himself.
But
and the
I
thing
wasn't in possession or touching the lighter at any point
Jeff?
today.
At this
until
point,
it was broken.
It's the boy who cried wolf because you have dicked with those lighters so many times. I don't believe you.
There's so much not true.
I mean, I sat down to light my cigars. I didn't have a light. You handed me the lighter, and then
I did not hand you that Vertigo.
It just just went to hell from there.
I tried turning it down, and it just went higher.
Yeah, I know.
So when I tried to strike it again and show everyone that it was fine, it like engulfed my entire hand in flames.
Yeah, and that was the moment we determined this is no longer
That
safe.
was the end of that
No
lighter.
longer safe to play with.
Yeah.
So
it had a burial. It's gone.
It's gone.
Yep.
It's gone. And now some poor trash truck's going to explode when the compactor portion of it smashes it, because it's probably got pent-up gas and butane in the patented Vertigo big-ass tank.
It was no longer safe to leave in the lounge for someone else to pick up by accident.
No.
So.
Yeah, it could not become a house lighter.
No.
It would singe somebody's hair.
Or blow up in your hand.
I showed you my hand. I had singed hair on my knuckles.
did.
Yeah,
You did.
It did some damage. And I got to give a quick shout-out. So there were a couple of cats with us in the lounge over at the Hill that I want to give a quick mention to because they're going to be listening to the show. We had Alex in from New York, which was really cool because Dave got to talk to him about the city and different things and tell him about their shop at Martinez out there. But Alex was in from New York because he's graduating from Webster University.
Yep.
And then we also had Jose, a good friend of his. I'm assuming they went to college together.
Ow.
But a good friend of his that was up from Carbondale, Illinois, where he works down there. So I want to give a quick shout-out to Alex and Jose. And they watched this all go down.
They did. They watched
and they
the
watched
whole
me
thing.
get blamed for something I had nothing to do with,
No.
and then watched the lighter blow up in my hand.
No, they watched it all go down. They know that it's your fault.
I don't think that's accurate.
Well, you're trying to get him on your side. That's what you were trying to do.
That's exactly, and he's doing it now.
Exactly.
He's even doing it now.
They saw it happen in real time.
What they saw go down is what we just described.
Dave, did you ever see me in contact with that lighter before you had it?
Yes.
What?
You handed it to him, and he handed it to me.
No, I never had his Vertigo. I was using the red one that was the house lighter that was running low on butane.
It might have been my I didn't have my glasses
I
on,
kept
so
shaking
maybe
it to
was
get
wrong.
it to use, or get it to fire. You can always eke out that last little bit of butane out of a lighter if you shake it upside down. Have you guys done that?
I can't say that I have.
I'm bad
Did you
about
know what I
refilling.
do? I just refill the lighter.
Yeah, I'm bad about that.
All right, so first thoughts on the Patrimonio.
It's a little spicy on the retrohale.
Is it?
Yeah. Did you try it?
Not yet.
I don't think it's peppery. I think it's spicy.
Whoa. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. There might be some pepper on that.
What do you think, Dave? Pepper or more of a spice?
For me, it's more of a spice. It's not that peppery, but it's a stronger spice than usual.
Yeah, there's a little bit to it.
Like a turmeric or something along those lines?
There you go.
I like that. I'll humor you, yes.
It's like, I suppose. No, it's good. It's full disclosure.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Full disclosure. My burn is kind of being a little uneven here. I've
Yeah.
got like a spot that's burning a lot more, and so I'm having to correct the burn.
They'll correct itself out.
But in all fairness, I don't know how young, maybe. Like, I don't know how long these cigars maybe sat.
These sat about 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
So,
they're still fairly young.
Yeah.
yeah. And so, ones that people will be seeing as they reach storefronts, after TPE, they're going to be sitting quite a bit longer.
Yeah, they'll definitely fix itself. Mine's fixing itself right away. So it's coming out really nice.
Very good. Very good. Well, while we enjoy this, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you got going on? Because you've got quite a bit going on.
A lot going
We've
on up
had
at
a lot
Martinez.
going on, yeah. The last, I got to say, last 6 months,
Yeah.
we've been putting a lot of things together, working with different companies, creating some new cigars. We started out with ATL Cigar Company,
Okay.
and they're
Who
really...
and they're going to be featured on our show next Tuesday,
Yeah,
the 11th.
that's right.
Yep.
Yes. So we developed a black series for them, and that's really been taking off. They're pushing sticks faster than I thought it
Oh,
was going to happen.
they're doing gangbusters. down
Yeah,
there.
they're averaging about 10,000 sticks a month.
That's crazy.
So they're
That's
doing
awesome.
really
though.
good. The black series is doing really well. We're really happy about that. So that's another thing that we have on there. And then we just finished off the Hangry for luxury cigars.
Mm-hmm.
That's coming out in May as well, and that's a really nice.
I smoked that last night.
Yes, you did.
It was a good cigar.
You guys have created quite a partnership with them.
We
So,
have.
Yep.
We have.
That's awesome.
And it all had to do with, having an event here with you guys in October.
that's right,
That's
yeah.
where it all really much came came to light, and we've had a really good run with them, and we have a lot more projects with them in the long run. We're talking to them about carrying a pulpit series with the luxury, so we're doing a lot of good things with them. But that Hangry's is a really good Lonsdale, full body. It's got a great draw to it, and I'm excited for everyone to try that one as well.
Oh, cool!
And they'll have those available at the end of May. We have a couple other things that we're working on that I really can't say yet, but a lot of collaborations that we have coming in. We're almost ready for next week's big trade show out in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
So we're doing that. We're also in the works of expanding our business or our company. Looking at expanding out to the DR and having a facility out there.
Wow.
Very cool.
Yeah, and then, we're doing our changes in-house. We've added a couple more blenders with us. And, it's looking really, really incredible. We're talking to Dan, and he's going to be carrying he's going to be the distributor for the New York City blend. And I think it's a great partnership. Dan
that's cool.
has a way of doing things, and we're really happy about that.
So wait, so let's dive into that for just a little bit.
Yeah.
So what does that actually mean for maybe other retailers that want to carry the New York City blend?
Well, currently, the only ones that carry the New York City blend is our company and Dan. Anywhere else you're going to find New York City blends, you got to either go to here at the Rivermen or at on MartinezCigars.com. But now we're getting such big feedback on the New York City blend that, we knew it was a good cigar. It's a cigar that started with us. But the more and more we're getting people calling and asking about the New York City blend, and it just made sense. Dan's been really pushing it to people and giving us a feedback. And just seeing how Dan does things, and we know we can get these sticks in other stores. So it's the opportunity for other retailers, brick and mortars, to come in, get these cigars in their store, and Dan's going to be the one handling for all that.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I mean, you guys have had, in the last year, just phenomenal growth.
Mm-hmm.
And especially with COVID and everything going on, it's had to be a struggle, but it's a good struggle for you guys.
Yeah, it was a struggle probably, I would say about 4 months ago, because the demand and our production was really ramped up. So we had to figure out what we needed to do. So we brought in 2 more rollers, 2 more blenders. And it's really helped us out in getting back on track, being able to keep up with the orders and then doing our own in-house stuff and getting our the new stuff out. So it's a big difference now. Now we have it pretty much the way we need it to be, and production's a lot smoother than it was.
Very cool.
That's awesome.
Well, I don't want to, toot my own horn or anything, but Jeff, we kind of help promote them.
Oh,
we have helped promote.
You guys definitely were the reason why we're here.
Oh,
well,
no.
I got it. Your product is why you're where you're at.
No, I'm not going to take credit for that.
We have, correct me if I'm wrong here, I think you could say that we have inadvertently opened doors that we didn't even know we were opening just because of the way things have played out.
Well, that's the reason why you get a lot of credit for it.
We had the event here at Rivermen that Dan put on that we worked with, and you guys did a phenomenal job and brought in the rollers and
definitely
just had a blast. And, then the luxury guys came to that event from all over the country, and you guys were able to put together a partnership there. You've met up with these guys down at the ATL. I mean, you guys are moving and shaking because of the core products that you do, and the expansion that you've had is all part of that.
Oh, yeah. But for me, we always knew our sticks were always good, and we had the product to be out there. The thing was, we weren't known, so a lot of people were hesitant about giving us a shot or even trying the cigars.
Yeah.
Once I got on the show with you guys, things really turned around. And then, again, having the event here in October really opened the eyes to a lot of people. Teaming up with Luxury Cigars, they're getting the 45s out to a lot of people. So it all goes back to where we met up, talked, and here we are today. And Jesus would say it over and over again. You guys have done a lot for us, more than we could ever imagine. So he'll tell you that anytime.
Well, speaking of things that you guys have done for us, how are the Bishops and the Gators doing?
They're doing good now. We're finally getting them into stores. We're in about 7 or 8 stores, looking to go out. Another 4 are going out, or 5 are going out probably next week.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we're really starting to move on. The Bishop's doing really well. The Gator's
Excuse
right
me?
behind there.
Okay.
The Gator is right behind there.
I was about to get butt hurt.
No. The Bishop's doing really well. The Gator's doing well.
Well, the Bishop's a great cigar.
Yeah, it's just two different smokes. It's not anywhere near the same. They're not anything in that realm.
They hit two completely different palettes.
Well,
Exactly.
they do, and we've talked about that on the show before. How the average, just maybe like 1 or 2 cigars a week, maybe 1 or 2 cigars a month kind of smoker, they're going to lean more towards Gator. But the cigar nerds, the 4 or 5 a day kind of guy, the ones that are looking for something really meaty and bold, they're going more for the Bishop. And so and they tend to also be a little bit more vocal with their opinion and their thoughts and the promotion of what they're smoking, and so it makes sense.
No, it does. It really does. I mean,
and that's the whole point, because we both wanted a cigar blended towards our palates, and you guys stepped up and did a phenomenal job with that.
I would like to say that I think it's shenanigans that Miss Cindy filled up the box of Bishops in the front of Rivermen, but didn't fill up the box of Gators, which makes it look like the Gators are selling like crazy, but that nobody's buying the Bishop. I think that's shenanigans. But
Cindy's got my back. Anything to torment you, Cindy's all in.
I know, and so that's why I'm not taking it personal. So
speaking of tormenting Nick,
yes.
Oh God.
So we came over and met Dave at the airport the other day to pick him up here at Lambert in St. Louis. And as we were driving, I actually brought my Jeep up and beached it at a midway point. Top Shooters, where we were going to have lunch that day. And beached my Jeep there, and then, we rode over to the airport. The entire time he was following me from our house, where we'd done an interview earlier that morning, until we got to Top Shooters. I sat and threw peanut shells at him on the highway.
Yeah, he's
you did?
He was cracking peanuts in the Jeep, and I just see this arm just out of his driver's window, just doing this shit, just waiting, and I'm like, what is that? And he's winging peanut shells at me in traffic. But what's so funny is he was doing that, and I think he didn't realize that the black SUV behind him was not me.
Yeah, it was a Toyota.
It was a Toyota, and
so I was
drive
winging the
a
shells
Nissan.
at some random.
So some random is getting peanut shells just raining down on their windshield, and they finally pass him, and then we're on the phone, and he's telling me this, and I'm like, ha ha, So and then he started doing it to me.
Yeah, then he got behind me, and it was fun.
It was a solid 10 minutes of peanut shell. So,
and
they were
co-pilot.
They were winging off of his car.
And then he was an awesome navigator / co-pilot. We're on our way to the airport, and
nope.
we're coming up on the exit, and he's on the phone with Dave, and totally neglects the fact that he needed to be a navigator and co-pilot, and tell me, hey, you need to take that way, not that way, and so, yeah,
that is not the case.
I get the phone call, and I just hear Nick yelling in the background. He's saying no, but I'm like, all right, I'm here.
He did not ask me to navigate. I was on comms because I was reaching out to Dave.
We're in the shotgun seat. That is the universal co-pilot seat.
No, I was on comms and I was riding shotgun, so I had my head on a swivel. I'd like to
point out later in the day when Dave and I were riding and he was in shotgun, he not only navigated but was also on comms at the same time.
Well,
he could do both.
But you did not specifically tell me that was my role, and I was not fulfilling it.
Understood.
Not to me.
Well, you know what? That's why everybody says you're a shitty navigator. So Sad Sack
over here turned toward Kansas City instead of Lambert Field.
That's why everybody says you're a shitty navigator.
I never claimed to be a good navigator. I never claimed to be a good podcast co-host either, but here I am.
You're doing a hell of a job.
Oh, thanks, Dave.
He's doing a job.
I'm doing a
job. A job.
So,
good job on a or congratulations on a job done. Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh.
That's a great Seinfeld reference.
So guys, Patrimonio. What are we thinking so far?
I am enjoying the cigar. I like the flavor. It's not too meaty, it's not too spicy for me.
I was going to say it's probably what? A medium body.
It's a medium.
It's a medium-bodied cigar.
I got a hell of an ash going.
You do. and it's totally going to fall in your lap at some point. Although it's holding on well. It's kind of a flaky ash. It's a real like light gray, almost white, kind of slightly flaky.
It's got really nice
Yeah.
marbling to it,
Yeah.
like the black lines in it.
Yeah.
The Arapiraca is really burns. I think that's where it's coming from. It's from that. Wrapper.
Oh,
You did the retro.
oh
huh?
my God, that retro! Do
Now,
it again.
There's
Do it
pepper
again.
ramping up on that.
Do it again.
Okay, I'm going to do 2 in a row. There's pepper.
Oh, I
ramping
didn't know
up
you
now.
did one. Yeah, the pepper is definitely more significant on the retro hail.
Yes,
Um,
it's definitely grown.
I'm probably about a third in, and the,
It's
the
ramped up.
pepper has ramped up on the retro.
It is a
hail.
stronger cigar on the retro hail now.
Yes,
for sure.
It
definitely.
changes halfway through. It
Definitely.
changes pretty much. I would say it's kind of like Jesus' signature. That halfway point.
Yeah.
It kind of ramps it up. All
Okay.
the time. So,
So we're getting close to the halfway point. We're not
Yeah.
quite there yet,
Not
but
there.
but we're ramping up for sure. So
And the Robusto, I always feel like it's a cigar that you have to really take your time on it.
yeah,
I think if you smoke this too fast, it's not really gonna. It gets too hot if you just smoke a cigar too fast. I think.
Yeah.
So
Now, do you buy in because there's different camps on using the torches versus the soft flame? Like Nick used a torch to light up. I think you did as well. I used the soft flame over here, more of a big type lighter. Mm-hmm. And the Dan, well, actually one that Dan had here in the lounge. What do you feel about that? Matches big lighter, big type lighter or Zippo versus the
I'm
torch.
a big fan of the soft light.
Are you okay?
I feel like the torch burns some areas a little too much for when I'm going to smoke and never have that clean start to a cigar. With the soft light, I'm able to just get it to where I want it to be, and it starts off my cigar a lot better than with the torch. I always feel like also the torch is so pointy at times where you're just going to have that little hole in the middle sometimes it gives you. So for me, I'm always, most of the time, I'm going with the soft
I'm
light.
catching myself at home lighting more and more with matches, which is really a change up for me. But it's one of those things where the like you said, the torches, I'm almost like scorching the end of my cigar a little bit. Are you running into that, Nick, or you're still a big torch fan? Aren't you?
I'm still a big torch fan, mostly due to the convenience of it. I find that when I'm using matches or not so much a soft flame, I'll admit I haven't given like a soft flame lighter too much of a chance. Matches, I just find it too difficult to keep them going long enough. So I'm like burning through a ton of matches, and I just feel wasteful. Whereas the torch, I mean, for me, it's really just a matter of convenience. It fires right up, unless Gator's dicked with the wheel, and
Never happens.
And it just, I can get it done real quick.
Yeah.
The key with the torch lighter though is you got to know how to actually light it. The key with it is to not put it into the flame. You don't want to actually like light the thing with the flame. You want to light it with the almost like the heat coming off of the flame. So you want to make sure that when you're doing it, you actually hold the cigar maybe just past, just a little past the flame, to where you just barely are kind of kissing the cigar with a little bit of heat. And I think that's something that a lot of people mistake. I think a lot of people just jam the cigar right into the blue flames coming off the jets, and that'll scorch the hell out of your cigar real quick.
I mean, a soft light like a match or
Yeah.
outside when you're out and it's windy, it's not really working. So that's when you bring out the torch for me. But to each its own,
Definitely.
you're never wrong.
And it's one of those things too that when you're using a torch, you don't have to spend nearly as much time with it as you do with a soft flame or a match. And if you are spending kind of a large amount of time with a torch, then you're probably overburning the cigar as well. So I mean, it should light really pretty quickly if you're using a torch.
So what are you thinking?
I like the stick.
I like this stick too.
Yeah.
It's good.
I
would
really
smoke
do.
this again. So what's the plan for this cigar then, Dave?
Well, it's going to be released at a TPE,
Okay.
and then it's going to be available to brick and mortars and online through us. So hopefully we'll get them into a lot of stores. People get to try this and then get to try the whole line of Martinez.
Any idea on a price point?
We're looking at anywhere between 14 and 16. We're not sure yet.
Okay. I think that's fair.
Too, for the
I was
quality.
going to say, for the quality of the cigar, I mean, that puts it right up there with the 45.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. Yeah, I wouldn't balk at paying that for this. That's a decent price.
Yeah, we feel like it is. We're not really. I don't know how to say this, but we're not really shortchanging it on the quality and the tobacco in there. This blend actually has a little history to it. This blend the original blend came from his father's notebook that his mom had that she's always kept, and Jesus got a look at it, and he found this blend in there, and he just changed it up a little bit. He smoked it. He made it the original blend and wanted to put a little changes in there. So the Arapiraca and the Cubanito blend and the filler in there is the change that he's put in.
Okay.
And it's a really good smoke. It's one of the things that he's wanted to just tie in again to his father one more time.
Yeah.
And I think he's
Very
done
cool.
a really cool job in doing
Yeah,
this.
I was not aware of that. That's really neat.
No, that is neat.
I like the historical aspect of that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then let's talk a little bit about TPE. So you've been really busy with getting prep for that. Like, I think it would be fascinating for people to kind of know, as a manufacturer, like what all goes into you setting up a booth and having a booth at TPE or one of the trade shows.
Man, first of all, you got to secure your booth, then designing the booth on top of that.
Yeah.
Just that, getting your clients ready to come in, cigars. One of the biggest things is just tying in with the local government with the taxes and all that other stuff in there. And now with the COVID, now we're really like understanding what we have to do, what we can't do.
That's true. This is going to be a significantly different show
it's
versus
a lot
last
different.
year in terms of all the COVID regulations.
Yeah, and then just getting ready for the show. Just so many little things in terms of information, how we're packaging it, how many cigars we're going to bring. The design of it is one of the biggest deals because you're trying to figure out what's going to catch that person walking past the booth. We try to keep it as simple as possible. Something over the top is not our style.
Yeah.
We like to just feature what we're featuring that show, and this year is going to be the Patrimonio. Last year was featuring just us,
Yeah.
the shop, so you were able to see the background of what our factory looks like. But there's you're dealing with cost of getting in there, and it's a high cost, but you end up getting that back because of the show and things the people you meet and the business opportunities you have. So it eventually pays itself off. As of last year, we had a great show last year. We had a lot of orders going out, but just before the orders went out, COVID hit. So we were stuck with those orders, but it ended up working out a lot better than we thought. So hopefully we'll have the same type of success, but not have the shutdown that follows it right afterwards.
Boy, I hope not.
Yeah. We're on the right track, I think.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah.
I'm giving up on my ash, by the way, but look at that.
Yeah, you've probably made it to about the halfway point.
Pretty close.
On that cigar
That's a gorgeous ash on this
without
thing.
ashing.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Now, why have you chosen to give up on the ash, Jeff?
Because I'm afraid it's going to fall in my lap and set me on fire.
That's valid.
Well, I tell you what, it held together going into the ashtray. Look at that.
Look
Wow.
at that.
Well, that's a beautiful white flaky ash. Man, alive.
Huh.
Yeah, what a gorgeous cigar. I'm not just saying that because you're here. I'd say that about anybody's cigar.
No,
that did this.
I trust me. I know you guys are pretty dead on when you want to say something, so I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, you know us. We tell you.
Yeah.
Well, in that, I think that's what companies need is feedback like that. Like, I'll say this. I'll jump in here. We were smoking in here earlier with a lovely young lady that was smoking cigars here at Rivermen.
Yep.
And she had, I don't want to say the manufacturer, but it was not Martinez.
It is a very well-known brand.
Yes.
Very well-known
Very well-known. Like, to the point that, like, when non-smokers think of cigars, this is probably one of the three that pops to their mind.
Yes. And that
Would you
cigar,
say? Yeah.
went to tunneling, canoeing. I don't know exactly what
Oh God,
did.
it blew out. I mean, and the wrapper, like, it was weird. It burned, and it was almost curling, like it was almost like burning, like in a swirl kind of spiral.
Yeah, like it's
Yeah,
spiral.
You know,
It was
like
really
spiral.
weird.
It blew out.
Yeah, and to Dan's credit, Dan was great and hooked her up with another cigar and took care of it. Dave looked at the cigar, and we were all trying to diagnose what was wrong with it, and I don't know if we ever quite figured out exactly what it
It was
was.
just kind of spongy.
Yeah, it like collapsed.
Yeah, it was really
Yeah.
It
weird.
was weird. It was
Yeah.
just. It happens though. It's
And that's
They're
exactly
handmade
it.
products,
Handmade
man.
products.
Yep.
Sometimes you just get that one.
because that company is
And-
known for the quality. It wasn't like it's something they put out.
No,
do
and that's
that.
exactly it. This is a brand that has been around for a long, 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 long time.
Yeah.
Everybody knows it,
And it happens.
And you know what? Shit happens.
Now, I also
So-
didn't see how she lit it. I didn't see how it got started. To be able to really.
True.
Well, she
You know.
lit half of it and then light the other half or something. I don't know exactly what happened, but yeah, Dan took good care of his
She
customers.
was a trooper. She didn't give
She
up
was.
on it either.
No,
she smoked that
Yeah,
thing.
she hung in there
Kept
with it.
at it for
Yeah,
quite some time.
She did.
So.
But yeah, and now there's something you mentioned earlier that I've never really heard this before, and I hope you don't mind going into this. But you mentioned something about a term "dead tobacco," and I've never heard that before.
I that's my
Okay.
way of saying it. It's sometimes tobacco just doesn't burn. You can light it and
Would that be from the fermentation process? From the Okay,
because we check it in the factory, where they'll just light a leaf and just see what the burn is, if there's smoke output, and if it's not burning. So if it's not burning, it's not good tobacco, and you just put it to the side.
okay.
So that's pretty much what it is. We were caught with a bale one time where it just wasn't smoking, and we had to just take out a whole line of cigars in the shop because they weren't burning. So
But again, that speaks to the quality that you guys put out.
Yeah.
That you're not trying to just shovel that out and make somebody have to deal with it.
No,
You're ending that process before it ever gets there.
Yeah, and I think we're lucky compared to most because our customers come into the factory and smoke, and that's pretty much where we know where things might not be working well.
Yeah.
So you're getting immediate feedback.
We're getting immediate feedback from our customers and us smoking what's coming out. So when we get one or two of our customers having problems, then we're like, all right, this is going to be an issue, and we'll pull everything off and then just start another batch.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
it's
cool.
the intricacies that I look to you, and I've gained a lot of knowledge just from getting to know you over the last year and a half, to what actually goes on. Because I have no idea what goes on at a cigar manufacturing
And I'm
facility.
learning as I go. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm only 4 years into the manufacturing side, learning from Jesus, and every day I'm learning something new. And which I call the dead tobacco is something I just learned not too long ago. So it's and then kind of clicks in. Like I see them doing things and not really knowing why they're doing it, and then I find out and I'm like, all right, that makes sense, and just keep it stored in mind and share it when I can.
Gotcha.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Very.
Well, cool.
So what have you thought of your trip to St. Louis thus far?
I love St. Louis. I think the people are great. It's fun. It's a good, chill, laid back place compared to coming from New York City.
He got to try Emo's Pizza.
I got tried Emos. I did try Emos. Yes.
The infamous St. Louis favorite of plastic cheese ketchup on a cracker.
The square beyond
It's not
compare.
too far off of that.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
we
not
love
too
it,
far.
but that's
It's not bad. It's just a
That's the
different
way-
texture.
oh,
and
we
it's
love it because we have
significantly-
to.
Yeah, it's
significantly different pizza than
yeah.
what you
It's
have.
it's not something that I. Yeah, it's not something I experienced.
Everybody was everybody was watching him close last night here at Rivermen to see if he was going to fold it over and eat it.
Yeah.
You can't fold
You
an
couldn't
Emos,
fold
though.
it. It was just cracking.
It's just going to crack. I was going to
Exactly.
say.
Yeah, it was good. It wasn't. I wouldn't say it was horrible. I've had worse.
Oh, that's a ringing endorsement.
I was going to say,
St.
Emos,
Louis style pizza.
I've had worse.
It's not bad. I mean, if you're hungry and you want to have something quick, it's a good thing to go for. Then at the side of the toasted raviolis, you guys call
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Okay,
No.
now they're pretty good.
Oh,
They're fried
the silence. I was
Yeah,
gonna
no,
say-
we call them fried raviolis. So
Yeah.
it's something.
Yeah,
It's the
so
same
it's
thing.
it,
It's the same
we
thing.
we
It's
think
not
it's a
anything-
St. Louis tradition, but it does happen other places.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. I like my raviolis normal. I'm not really a fried.
I like mine
ravioli
right out of
guy.
the can.
Yeah, Oh yeah, no, well,
Oh, yeah.
like mine out of the boiling water.
Gross, Jeff.
Hey, I grew up on Chef Boyardee.
Oh, that's just sad.
Yeah, he said that today, and I was just like,
I
wait,
know.
I haven't had a Chef Boyardee in.
Well, and Chef Boyardee, remember? They had the meatballs, the quote-unquote little meatballs. They were about, like, the size of, like, maybe, like, Cocoa Puff cereal.
A little
Those
smaller
are,
than a marble.
SpaghettiOs.
Yes.
Well, yeah, but it's all made by Chef Boyardee.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, those are bad.
Oh, yeah.
Those are bad.
Straight up little Cocoa Pebble or Cocoa Puff sized meatballs, and you didn't know what the hell you were eating.
Yeah, I was a fan of the beefaronis.
Oh,
Those
okay.
were when I was younger, that was my thing, the beefaronis.
I'm not going to lie. I haven't had beefaroni in a long time.
I haven't had Chef Boyardee since I was like 12.
I was gonna say.
I'm not going to lie. I'll bust a
time since
Addie
I've had
loves
some
the stuff, and I'll
Chef
bust a can
Boyardee.
open for her, and I'll sneak a couple of them. The little mini raviolis. Yeah,
Of course you
they're
do.
good stuff.
Of course you do.
Now, we did have a really good lunch today, though. We got to comment on that real quick.
Yeah, we went over to Schlafly Bottle Works.
Yes.
And had a really nice lunch
Yeah, it
over
was
there.
good.
You know, got
Really
to
good.
try some of the beers
Yes.
and the food.
Yeah.
Well, and I had the bangers and mash, which almost did me in. That basically put me in a food coma.
That wasn't the only thing that put you in a food
It was
coma.
heavy.
And
Well,
there was
and
the
there was-
hummus. And there was the beer bread.
The beer bread. Oh,
And
that
there
beer bread,
was
though.
the beer. I
That-
mean, it's
that-
just like...
That beer bread came with a fig and bacon like jam.
Yes.
And that was phenomenal.
That was good.
That's new to their menu since I've been there last. And that was incredible.
I've never had anything like that. That was good.
Yeah.
That was different.
That was really good. But yeah, Schlafly, if you're not from St. Louis and you're coming to St. Louis, that's a destination place. You need to go there.
It's another local brewery that has got a pretty big following here in the city. And
It's relatively regional as far as being able to find it out in the stores.
yeah.
Okay.
But
They're real well known for their Hefeweizen, is that correct
Yeah.
pronunciation?
Hefeweizen, yeah.
And they do like the IPAs and all that kind of stuff. But they
Yeah.
also have a really good like summer kind of shanty beer
Yes.
and like some ciders and stuff. And,
Yeah.
it's good. So
Yeah, it was a good lunch. So yeah.
No, it was. It was good. Outside was great. Sitting there eating outside. It
yeah,
was good.
weather-wise, it's been a pretty good trip for you. I mean, yesterday was a little warm,
It was hot.
but
Yeah, you were not acclimated yesterday.
no, you were not. But today, I mean, it was sunny yesterday. Today, it's been a little bit more rainy.
Yeah.
But today, the temperatures have been, I think, a lot nicer.
Yeah.
So, I mean, welcome to St. Louis. If you don't like the weather, wait 15 minutes.
No, St. Louis is a great town. A great baseball town, which we, coming from a baseball city,
Yeah.
it's a great town. Yeah, I always recommended to come down. When Dan's brother Kevin took me down to Grant's Farm.
Oh,
that's
That
right,
was
you got the
really
tour
cool.
yesterday.
Yeah, that was really cool. And hopefully we'll be able to do an event there next year or a year or so from now.
Hopefully.
Yeah, that's what hopefully
Yeah,
we're
that could
working
be a
on.
lot of fun. Now, we are planning to have the event here again in September, if I'm not mistaken.
We're having the second annual Martinez Rivermen event here in St. Louis. We're looking in the September time range.
No firm date yet.
No firm date, but it's
TBD.
definitely in September.
Yep.
Okay, guys, so block off your month.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think it's going to be. I know it's going to be a lot better than last year. Even though last year was great, but it was more of a last minute type of put together thing.
Well, last year it was basically we all just looked at each other and
Yeah.
said, "F it, let's do this."
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was on
This
the
year there'll be
train.
a little bit more of a plan.
Yeah, I mean, last year I was on the train heading out to Long Island, and I was like, all right, I'm tired of being locked in. Let's make a road trip. And I reached out to you guys, and you guys spoke to Dan, and it was a go, and we headed out, and we had a great time. Just like
And we
again.
got so lucky with the weather.
Oh
Yeah.
my God!
Too.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Because, I mean, mid-October like that,
Yeah.
you go too much past that, it gets crappy.
It was crappy, yeah.
So,
But we got lucky, and for the short amount of time we had to prepare it,
yep.
it was amazing. So now we're giving us quite a big window to get this all together, and I think putting it together this year is going to be a lot more things, a lot more people to see, and we're really excited for it.
Very cool.
Yeah. If you missed it last year, you don't want to miss it this year. Mm-hmm. I mean, we had people from all over the country come in for this thing. Mm-hmm. I think we had Colorado, California, Texas, Arkansas, people from up in Chicago, over in Illinois, and it was a really good time.
Yeah, and
Definitely.
The ideas that Dan has following this year's is even
Yeah.
better, and that's something we should probably start working on right after this year's show
Yeah.
or this year's event, and really get it to the point where we have more than just our brand out there, food, the whole nine, and it could be something big for the St. Louis area, I think.
Absolutely.
Love it.
Yep.
Love it.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, guys, why don't we get into some Ask the Boys?
Let's go for it.
Let's do it.
Shall we play a game?
You talking to me? I have a question for you.
You gotta ask me nicely.
Ask me about my wiener.
You got a question? You ask the 8-ball.
Come on, sucker. Let's get it on.
Well, guys, it's that time for this week's edition of Ask the Boys, and we need your phone calls. We need your questions, so make sure you get your questions into us by calling the Ask the Boys hotline at area code 863-874-0000. And, you can ask us about anything. Doesn't necessarily have to be cigars. It can be about anything. And we'll address and answer that right here on the show. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into our first question.
Hey, guys. This is the Purple Lady. I just want to know, what is your favorite drink pairing with your cigar? Thanks.
Well, thanks for the call, Purple Lady.
Thank you, Purple Lady. Can I take the lead on this one?
Feel free.
I like fucking good coffee.
It's Focking.
What?
Focking.
Oh. Is it?
Focking.
Oh, okay. But I like that.
It's Focking. Like Boston.
Boston.
Focking.
Fucking.
Have you had any?
No, because you won't give it to me.
I have it. I just,
Yeah, I've heard a lot about the coffee. So
Yeah, Nick will not let me have it, and he doesn't have a coffee pot. I don't know why you're holding it hostage.
I hear you're going to have one soon, aren't you?
I really want to try that breakfast blend with my cigars. Because my pairing, seriously though, folks, my pairing is coffee with cigars. I've done whiskey, and I'll smoke my whiskey, and it looks really cool, but I'm just not a big drinker. And for me, a good cup of coffee with a cigar is just the highway. It's the way to go.
I like tea. I drink iced tea with my coffee.
I drink tea a lot with it, too. Tea is not a good cigar pairing.
Why is that?
It just isn't.
I mean, I'm just looking for something to wet the whistle.
I know, but I'm looking for something that complements the cigar and vice versa.
I mean...
And that's something a lot of cigars will do. They will actually complement the cigar I'm smoking.
Okay.
I'm mostly coffee. I'm not a big drinker.
Yeah.
So I'm not really going to be sitting there with a whiskey or bourbon. But a nice coffee for me is what I usually go with.
All right.
I had some, I hope I pronounced this right, Stella Artois.
Yes.
Yes.
And I had some of that the other day, and that is a really good, light, refreshing beer. And I had some of that with a cigar.
Pinkies
and
out.
Really enjoyed it. I actually didn't buy it. Kristen bought it, and then she was sharing up. No, I'm going to be honest. I was a savage. I drank it out of the bottle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pinkies out.
Yeah, I didn't do the whole.
Stella.
I didn't take the knife and sweep off the foam or any of that stuff like the commercials, but it paired up nicely with it. But yeah, for my money, a good cup of coffee.
We definitely need to see that.
Oh, I can make that happen.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. All right. Well, moving on. We have another question here.
Hey guys, it's Lupe here.
Lupe.
So, first off, I want to touch back on what you guys were talking about Tuesday. You know, finding out that Larry the Mute is not real. Come on, really? I swear he is. Next you're going to tell me Santa isn't real. Come on. Anyway, fast forward. I can sort of maybe confirm the whole prison camp thing that Nick was talking about. I won't go into details how I know, but I know.
No need.
So he wasn't
anyway,
making that up.
Stay safe, stay smoky, and go Cubs, and
Dude. Lupe. You had us right till then, brother.
Right to then.
Oh.
So, yeah, sorry to burst your bubble there, Lupe. I'm not going to comment on Santa Claus, but, Larry just...
Are you trying to throw people off the scent?
I mean...
The man has a thriving auction business. Have you had a falling out with him? Did he not sponsor the show? Is that what it is?
No.
Are you defending Larry now?
Yes.
Okay.
I've seen Larry.
I mean... Okay.
I've seen the man do his reviews. Now, granted, no one ever heard them on the audio podcast, but I've seen the man. Who was that if it wasn't Larry?
I mean, Jeff, are you seeing things, buddy?
I don't think I was.
But
Anyway.
there is a Barnaby, though, right?
There's a
well,
Barnaby,
I mean, because we're still using those
There's
characters.
a Larry, too. and there actually, for the record, there are 3 BF chickens.
It was,
It's true.
Referred to our conversation earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
No, there literally are 3 BF chickens.
There's a flock of chickens.
Yes.
BF has found friends. It's turned into somewhat of a gang.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's disturbing.
Just a gang?
They're bad cocks.
Yeah. It's a gang of just horrible cocks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know what you're getting at, and I'm not going to go there. Not going to go there. I mean...
You're talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, they are a gang, so you could call the members of that gang gangbangers.
Oh.
But...
very nice.
I was say, I knew where you were going.
Would these be cockbangers?
They'd be gang cockbangers. Yeah. Oh my god. Gangbanger cocks? I don't know. All right.
I think it's going down a bad road. Thanks, Lupe.
Thanks, Lupe. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to just move on and move on to our final question here.
Hey guys, this is Nick from My Monthly Cigars. Colin,
Hey, Nick.
Longtime listener, first-time caller. Hey, I'm just sitting here having a cigar from one of the My Monthly cigar boxes. It's a cigar club for everyone, and I'm actually pairing that with a hot cup of fucking good coffee. And
I'd like to know what it's
that
like.
I think you guys are having Dave Rivera from Martinez Cigars on today's show. So I was hoping you could ask him to address the rumors that the TPE cigar that Martinez is releasing is going to be named the Plum. I'll hang up and listen. Thanks for taking my call.
Wow. Well, good to hear from you, Nick.
Yeah.
No, it's
Feel it in my plums.
it is actually the Patrimonio, but
But the Plum was a floated name for a while. Am I correct about that?
In your circle, yes.
Okay.
But I mean, but I'll tell you, my reaction to this cigar.
I can feel it down in my plums.
Exactly. So, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, no, that's your answer.
So before we wrap up here, what is My Monthly Cigars, Nick?
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I guess we kind of it's a cigar club for everyone, apparently.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's a cigar club where you can get a box of cigars shipped to your door every month. We get the El Presidente, which is 8 cigars for $50.
That's right.
But then there's another box, which is the Robusto, which is 4 cigars for $30. The Presidente is 2 of everything that's in the Robusto box. Both are covered by the MSRP guarantee, which states that the value of the cigars within the box is guaranteed to meet or exceed the price of the box. And if you use offer code PULPIT,
PULPIT,
that gets you free shipping on your first box or 20% off any of the items in Nick's online store, where he has cigars and accessories and other fun stuff. And you can rack up Ash Cash bucks by buying stuff. So you get rewarded for buying your cigars that you can then use those rewards for other fun stuff.
And he does have the fucking good coffee.
Fucking.
Oh.
Fucking.
Sorry.
Anyway. So.
MyMonthlyCigars.com.
This has been another Ask the Boys. Guys, get us your questions. Area code 863-874-0000. And guys, your questions are how we're going to determine who gets to come on to Listener Interaction Tuesday on the last Tuesday show of the month. So, you're going to want to get your questions in so that you can kind of audition, kind of prove to us that you're, able to hang with us. I mean, it doesn't take much. I mean,
no.
But still.
We're simple.
I mean, we are simple.
Yeah.
But... And on days like this when we're tired and not really feeling it, we need somebody to carry the show.
Let me point out
Dave
something.
just party fouled.
Yes.
Dave was holding out. And in fact, he was getting ready to take a picture of the ash.
I was.
And as he was getting ready to take the picture of the ash,
fell.
that ash just fell.
It was a good ash.
Did you get a shot of it mid-fall? That would be great.
No, it's just...
I saw him. I saw him doing it. He was lining up the camera, and it just bloop right in his lap.
It was like boop.
I watched it happen. So
now I want to point out.
Well,
something.
hang on. That was Ask the Boys. I have to play the music, otherwise the people that like the old intro are going to get really pissed.
That's true. I'm old intro. I'm pro old intro. So I want to point out, you referenced that we're recording late and we're all tired. The reason we're recording late and all tired is because we got here at like 5 o'clock to record, and we didn't start till 8:45.
It's because this place was packed.
You were just hanging out.
No,
we were waiting for
you know
Dan.
what? We were waiting for Dan. This place was packed, and the thing about it is, when everybody's chilling out in here, I don't want to get out the equipment and start doing our thing because I want everybody to enjoy the lounge. I don't want to, everybody, when we start doing this, everybody feels like they have to get quiet for us.
But see, here's where you're
know
wrong.
what I mean?
People like to be an audience and watch this.
Yeah.
And I don't know why exactly, but they do. I've noticed that at other places. They will stop and actually watch the show. And we're somewhat entertaining in person.
Somewhat.
Yes.
Somewhat.
Yes.
Somewhat.
No, more than somewhat.
I mean, you had those guys over at the hill just rolling today.
That's true. We told some stories there.
That's true.
But yeah, Nick
You've
and
heard
I,
them all on the cast.
I don't think they believed it.
not
at
the
first.
one.
They were like, "What?"
We've never told the one story on the cast.
Oh, that's true. The one story cannot
The one
be told
story.
on the
We've told
cast.
it in person numerous times.
Yes,
It's
that
never
is
been
the
on the cast.
in-person.
Do I know it?
Yeah, you know it.
You heard it today, yes.
It's the one in-person story because
It might involve milk.
we don't
yeah.
know the statute of limitations on that.
Yeah.
And so we don't want to put that out into
We
the universe.
technically didn't do anything
We did
wrong.
not do anything wrong. We were just
But we still don't want to get...
tangentially
yes.
involved in it, and so I don't want something to come up later.
Yes.
So
That's and that's valid. I will give you
Yes.
that because I don't want to go to jail for something I actually didn't do.
yeah. No, if I'm going to go to jail, I want it to be for something I enjoyed doing.
They haven't caught me yet.
Just saying, want to make sure.
I think this would be a good time to gather up our friend Dan the Man and let him come on and talk to you guys for a minute.
How about while you do that?
Okay.
I go ahead and name off this week's weekly giveaway winner.
Go for it.
So, guys, you can get in on our weekly giveaway by signing up for the newsletter over at cigarpulpit.com. Just head on over there, sign up for that newsletter. One will come out eventually, I promise. And, as long as you're on the list, you can get a nice prize pack of Martinez Cigars. And, Dave, thank you so much for providing the prizes. I know everybody enjoys getting them. So, without further ado, how about we go ahead and name off this week's winner?
All right.
This week's winner is Tiffany Quick. Tiffany Quick. So Tiffany, all you got to do, send me an email at nick@cigarpulpit.com telling me I'm the winner, giving me your shipping address, and we will make sure that you get cigars right away. And joining us now, in place of Gator, much better addition to the show, Dan the Man Ponder. How the hell are you, Dan?
Doing good, fellas. How y'all doing?
Doing good. So Dave was talking earlier, and I don't know how much you guys want to get into this now, but I figure, you know what, we can talk about it.
Yeah.
And if we can't talk about it, well, I can edit this out. But
go for it.
So Dave is saying you're going to distribute the New York City blend.
That's what I understand. I got a call from my friend last week or so, and I was really surprised. It shocked me, but we're honored to be given that responsibility, and it was very, very exciting. So that was a great news from our side, and we can't thank the Martinez, Dave, Jesus, and all the guys up there enough for giving us such great news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how does that work? Like, I'm curious. For those people who don't understand what we're talking about here, how does that actually work?
Well, if you want to get the New York City blend into your store,
you
have to go through Dan.
You go through Dan.
You have to get through Dan to get it. That is the man that controls on who's getting it, and we're sure no one's not going to be able to get it, but he's the one that you're going to have to go through and distribute that out there for us, because it helps us out as well, because we have so many things going on that we want to be able to put in different scenarios where we have someone that handles a particular part of what we're doing. And I couldn't think of a better person to have push that New York City blend aside.
And you got a guy who not only really likes the cigar, because you really like the New York City blend, correct?
Without a doubt. I mean, I think that cigar is just absolutely outstanding. I learned a little more about it from Dave. He said it was one of their early blends. What, 1975? You think it started?
It started before then because it was his father's blend.
Yeah.
So that's the stick that started the company.
Yeah.
And it was unbanded for the first 10 years of the company until Jesus really came in, or probably longer, I should say, probably 20 years. And then Jesus came in and took over, and they started putting labels on and called it New York City blend.
Yeah.
Made a little tweak to it, added a little Nicaraguan tobaccos. Jesus introduced the Nicaraguan tobacco to the company. And that's the stick that has a lot of is what started our company pretty much.
Well, as the industry evolved and it became more Nicaraguan blends out there, Nicaraguan cigars available and tobacco available, it makes a lot of sense that you'd add that to it and amp it up a little bit. But boy, it's just a fantastic cigar, and if anybody hasn't had it before, boy, do yourself a service with the Cameroon wrapper, Nicaraguan filler. I think you told me Sumatra binder, right?
It's a Dominican and Nicaraguan filler with the Sumatra binder.
Yeah, just fantastic. The blend's outstanding, and I would call it more like a real classic, traditional cigar. But I can see with the upgrade of the Nicaraguan filler being added over the years, it's unique in many regards.
Yeah, and you've given me a lot of feedback on it, what people were saying about it, and it kind of blows you away when the comparisons that come in, and I'm like, wow. But, we smoke it so much that we don't really see it. We just know it's a good cigar, and it's something that's like an everyday stick to us. Yeah. But hearing it from people that have never smoked it before, there's a lot of guys that I've spoken to that still have the New York City blend that we rolled here for the event, and they're just holding them on, and they're smoking maybe one since... I just spoke to one guy.
I was saying Red.
Yeah, Red.
He's the president of the Missouri Ash Holes.
Exactly.
Missouri, absolutely.
And he was
Great
in here
guy.
earlier today.
Yeah, and he's like, I still have 2 left. I just smoked one before, and it was amazing. I just want to see what the other 2 do, and it's good to it's great to hear. It really is.
Well, I think it's a cigar that anybody can smoke. I mean, if you're a mild smoker, you tend to smoke more on the mild way. I mean, my gosh, that's going to be right in your wheelhouse. If you are a full body guy, there's enough flavor there and enough complexity that you're going to also not get bored with it, and you're going to enjoy the smoke. So I think it really, it's one of those few cigars that I think can transcend the whole bandwidth of cigar smokers.
Very cool. So obviously, guys, if you want to get those cigars into your shop, you can reach out to Dan over at Rivermen Cigar Company in Crestwood, Missouri, to talk to him about how to do so.
Yeah.
Yeah, look forward to hearing it from everybody.
Yeah, we're going to develop a whole plan on how he's going to do everything, and then on our end, how we'll have everything ready for him. And I think it's going to be a great partnership. We have another opportunity with a distributor with the other brands that we have. So the idea that we're having is we want to develop a core line that's outside of the shop.
Yeah.
So the 45, the Pulpit Series, the Patrimonio are the start of everything that we're doing. And the flat iron we're going to include in there as well. But the flat iron will still be sold in our store. But we're going to have the flat iron, the Passion, and the Don Antonio still being able to be purchased through us. And that enables us to really concentrate on our in-house supply. But then also we're able to know that we have to have a certain amount ready for the brick and mortar. So it's just what it does is we don't have that much space. We run out of a 250 square foot
high rent district too. I mean, maybe the highest on the planet, right?
Yeah, it's up there.
I just can't believe that your space is only 250 square feet.
Yeah, it's 250 upstairs, and I would say 150 downstairs if you take away the area for the humidor, the walk-in humidor downstairs.
Yeah.
So we don't really have the space to have all the stuff in there and boxes. So we're transforming all our boxes to a storage space. And then the downstairs is converted to a just complete tobacco room. So we have all different types of tobacco in bins that we're going to be able to choose from. So we're looking at around 10 different types of tobacco that we'll always have on hand. So what the best way of doing this is having companies or people that are able to distribute our products. So
sure,
it's a great marriage. So we're looking to make our lives easier in the factory and not really have to be concerned about where everything is going, because at the end of the day, we're only 8 people in the company.
Yeah.
And we're doing what we're doing with just that little, and we're adding more people. We added Kevin Fabicino.
Yeah.
He's our rep now, and he's slowly getting integrated with our company. And he's doing one
Well, he's a
amazing job.
great guy. I
mean,
met him at the
great job.
Met him at the event we had last October, and just a super guy.
And I feel like having him on here, taking over the accounts for us, helps me out a lot because I have so many things going on, trying to do this, do that, and I'm not gonna, I forget some things that I'm like, oh man, I got to do this, and you know that more than anybody else.
Yeah.
So having him on there is really helping out, and then Jesus and I can really work together. I go off of his lead and what he wants me to do, and then we take it from there. So we're really trying to really put that core together. And then once we start really expanding out, then we really have everything in line, and it's an easy transition for what we want to do.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, I'm sure Dan, with all of his strategic thinking and past experience, doing a lot of that kind of stuff, definitely will bring a lot to the table for you guys with distributing that New York City blend.
It all came about was, Jesus was talking to me because we're really getting ready to take that next step and have that factory out in Dominican Republic. And one of the things we needed to do was like, all right, we got to really start pushing the New York City blend out there. Mm-hmm. What's a way of getting it in? And speaking with Dan so many times and telling me, he explained to me his history and what he's done. And you could just see the thinking, the thought process he has on everything. And I said to Jesus, I said, I think Dan would be a perfect person to take on the New York City blend because it's just that one particular brand that we really care about. Not that we don't care about any other brand, but that's something that is our signature.
Yeah.
And knowing how Dan is and so knowledgeable on the product that I couldn't think of a better person to really take on that task of handling New York City blend.
We really thank you guys for that. And I guess it's 7 sizes now is what the...
Yeah, we have the Queen, the Corona, the number 7, the Churchill, I'm missing one more, the Bandito, and...
Not the Bambino.
The Bandito.
Okay.
Yeah. Who said the Bambino? That was
That was me.
Oh, that was you. Okay.
Anyway.
But yeah, we have those sizes, and they're all available. And I think the one and the Robusto, the number 4.
Yeah, you got a lot of great feedback at the event in October. A lot of people
definitely
went after those.
Yeah, I think I believe between the Queen, the number 4, the Corona, and the number 7s, those right there are the 4 that really move. The 7 people really like. I just brought you a bunch of them when I got here. They really move, and it's like you said, it's a good replacement for some cigars that you can't get, and you want that same flavor. It's right there for you, like you always explain to me. So we're excited for it.
Well, those bags are missing a couple already. I got them yesterday, and not only 24 hours later, they're already missing a couple. One's at my house. I'm looking forward to smoking that one later on tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And of all the cigars we got during the event last October, those are the ones that just went fast.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would look in our bag, and it's like, wow, those are really going fast. Cindy put a tray together for that and made a nice presentation there, and it really has been a good seller for us.
That's amazing to hear. And then you were able to try the Patrimonio?
That Patrimonio I had yesterday.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. It was just really an outstanding cigar. Very complex. There's a lot happening with that cigar. And I think it's one of those cigars you got to smoke a few times to really get your arms around it.
Yeah.
Nick's over here.
Would you retro it?
I think we just retroed it.
I just saw Angels. I'm in the final third, and I just retroed this, and it took everything I had not to cough up a lung while Dan was talking. But oh my God, guys, the spice and the pepper on this thing ramps up so much in the final third, and I just saw Angels, and my eye is watering. My eye is legit watering. Oh my gosh!
With a big old smile on your face.
Oh, it's a great cigar. I mean, I don't want to make it sound like I'm like, ripping on it or anything, but oh my gosh, there's so much going on. Dan's right. There's so much going on with the cigar.
And you mentioned retrohale. I mean, I've been smoking cigars for quite some time, and I'll tell you what, I kind of sort of figured out how to retrohale, not but just a few years ago. And I tried and I tried and I tried, and I just couldn't do it. And then I gave up for a while. But for those that are out there listening, I mean, give it another try.
Yeah.
There's a few some YouTube out there. There's some Google around. You can get some explanations on how to do it. People got various different ways to do it, but eventually you get the hang of it and you start doing it naturally, and it does give you a different experience. It gives you a chance to kind of see more of the blender's expression of the tobaccos. And so if those have tried over the years, I mean, don't give up. I gave up for a while, but you'll eventually get the hang of it.
Very much so. So, Dan, why don't you tell us how things have been going over here at Rivermen, actually? We haven't touched base in a little bit.
Yeah, well, things have certainly picked up a lot. We had a god-awful January and February, and I think that was a combination of a bunch of things. I think maybe people started seeing the light at the end of the tunnel with the COVID vaccinations on the horizon. So, I don't want to be one of those guys that catches it the week before my jab appointment, so to speak.
Oh, yeah.
So I think people put the brakes on and kind of hid for a little while and just hunkered down till they could get their shot. But I see things really moving in a real positive direction. I do think we picked up some cigar smokers during the lockdown. I really do think that the industry got a bump.
Yeah.
Dave, we've talked a little bit about this, and I think we've picked up some cigar smokers along the way. I mean, you're sitting at home, you're looking to figure out things to do. Before, when I've been on, I've talked about how I think people are smoking them in the morning, the guys that are working at home. Some people are saying they're never going back to the office. They're going to stay at home.
Yep.
I think, that we talk about the bundle cigars on here a lot, and that actually, you see people doing that, but they're also staying with the premium cigars as well. So that was a real plus. We've had some brand new cigar smokers come in. We've had some people that were kind of internet buyers of cigars. They've stopped by. I think there's some issues with mail and back orders, and I know during Christmas we got a little bit of a bump because people just weren't trusting that mail service, whether or not it was going to get there in time for their gift. So people have found us. They've kind of understand the benefit of having a relationship with a brick and mortar, whether it's your only relationship or part of your relationship. I mean, I'm kind of biased, obviously, but I think everyone should have a relationship with the brick and mortar, whether it's, a cigar every once in a while, or whether it's more your regular place, or whether you go there and hang out, or you come in there and shop around. Some people like to see things and get some advice from folks like Cindy that have been doing it for 15 years, and the other Cindys out there in the world of cigars that can help advise people. And, we'll get people coming in and they want to smoke a real heavy cigar for the first time, and we try to talk them off the cliff so that they don't have a bad experience and bring them along. Seeing some younger people, what I mean, like late 20s, that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Getting involved in the hobby. And so, I mean, I think there was some real positives that came out of it, from people finding this passion that we all know and love. And so that's a good thing.
Yeah, definitely.
I think you've mentioned on the cast, I heard you previously, but we brought on a couple new lines. We had Espinosa a while back, but we brought that back in. It's a more fuller-bodied cigar, although they do have the La Creme that's smooth and creamy. There's one on there with a warning label for non-experienced cigar smokers. It's very full body. The La Bamba, the 601 series. We brought Perdomo back as well, and those are just flying off the shelves, as you could see.
I noticed, and I also noticed that you recently got in the Reserve 10th Anniversary Maduro. Yeah. Fantastic
cigar. That was Cigar of the Year by Cigar Authority.
Yeah.
And this year. Just a fantastic cigar. And, when you walk in the humidor, for those that may not have the Perdomo, but you walk in the humidor and they'll tell you that you need to get, so many facings. They like to have it about 3 foot wide on the shelf, and so that it'll stick out. And you turn in and you make a left in our walk-in humidors. We got cabinets outside, but you walk in there, and it looks like a neon sign.
Oh, I know.
With their shelf talkers. It actually, if you could picture this, they actually are folded into the top of the box, and then when you open up the lid, you fold the flap down, so now it's facing the shelf as you're standing there in front of the thing, and it really gives a tremendous presentation. So I really give those guys a lot of credit for the time, the energy, the effort that they put into with the presentation of the box.
Their marketing is on point.
It's just off the charts, and I know they spent a lot of time, I'm sure money, putting that together. But it really does stick out. So you can't be in that walk-in for more than a few seconds, and your eyes are just drawn right to that Perdomo area.
Definitely.
Yeah, we were looking at that yesterday. I was like, wow, this is a great setup, great idea. It was really, really nice, and visually you're just attracted to it, and it brings you right over there because you have all the different colors, but the box is there, design. I really, really liked it.
And those of us, we really are into the educational facet of this as well, and there's a lot of information on there, and wrapper filler binder and things like that. And sometimes when you get just a standalone shelf talker is what we call it in the lingo, in the business. The humidity sometimes can crinkle them, and they get kind of a little bit wavy, and they end up on the floor a lot of times. You got to pick them up. So obviously they factored all that into their design. So it's just a really nice, slick presentation.
Well, that's true. By putting it in the box like that, it pretty much replaces the shelf talker every time you replace the box.
It is the shelf talker.
It is, exactly. So, no, that's really cool.
But the shelf talker is on the shelf rather than on the floor.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
And and to your point, I think Dave mentioned the colors. I mean, there's a lot of consistency in and amongst the marketing. It's like they're not, the Habano isn't different from the Reserve 10th anniversary champagne, which isn't different from the Reserve, sun grown and Maduro. There's a lot of consistency in the branding, but yet the colors, the different colors definitely draw your eye.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when you look at a cigar like that, I mean, you could see as, Rocky Patel kind of did the same thing. It's a Perdomo cigar. It's a Rocky Patel cigar.
Yeah.
You get with other companies, and it's the Chisel, or it's the Digger, or that's kind of the brand that you think of as the cigar. In this, you just think of it's a Perdomo cigar.
Yeah.
They've obviously done a lot of work and research and studies. They've decided that the brand is Perdomo, and then the name of the cigar is almost kind of like secondary.
Yeah, it's almost like they have like the if you're going to break it down, they've got the one umbrella, Perdomo, and then underneath it they have all the subfamilies.
Yeah.
But it all comes back to that one main brand.
Right.
Yeah.
Whereas you might say, what are you going to smoke? Well, I'm going to have a Hemingway. Whereas you might say, what are you going to smoke? I'm going to have a Perdomo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Or a Rocky Patel.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Interesting.
And not that one's right or one's wrong. It's just a different approach.
Their approach, and that's what everyone's known for. We're have that mindset. We're starting to think about that way because our branding on the factory is Martinez hand rolled cigars. But we're looking at something. If you look at the label now, it says Martinez NYC. So we're really starting to focus on that part of it to really have that recognition more on the cigar or on the company.
Yeah.
So it's something we're working on. I was talking to you guys about, we're really going to start changing our boxes up for all the lines. Make it all
the
uniform.
box for this Patrimonio. I've seen pictures of it. The box for this Patrimonio is gorgeous.
Yeah.
And I know that you guys have put a lot of time and effort into it. And guys, I mean, when you guys see this box, when your stores get this box of cigars and you see this box, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous box.
Really is. I mean, you got the New York City skyline in an artistic version of that.
Kind of a white silhouette against the blue. Yeah.
And Half Wheel does a representation or presentation or product like an award for who has the best representation with a box.
Okay.
And they come out with that award every year, and it is an award-winning looking box. I saw the picture of it the other day, and
thank you.
Congratulations on that. Very outstanding.
Yeah, it's
very simple, but elegant, but it just sticks out. That blue and white really does something. And blue seems to be the new thing in cigars.
Yeah, starting to see that.
Yours is more of a powder blue, I guess.
Yeah, it's I don't even know the name of it.
But there's a lot of blue colors coming out these days.
It's kind of I'd say it's maybe a little darker Then when you think of powder blue, you kind of think of like maybe like a soft baby blue. This is almost like a powdered royal blue.
Yeah,
to a degree. Would you say?
Yeah, I'm looking at the band right there. It's darker than what I was picturing on the box. The box looked a little lighter, but maybe that was just the photo.
Yeah, the photos definitely made it. It wasn't really, you couldn't get a really good look at it, but it's the box is going to be the color of the band, which is really nice, and that white makes it pop out. So on the top of the box, you're going to have what's on the band, and then once you open it up, you'll have that skyline of the city with the Patrimonio sign on there. It's really a really nice combination. Jesus did that one all. It was all him, and really he knocked it out of the park.
It's outstanding, and that's something I've seen you guys have done over the last year or so. Is that the representation, the boxes, and things like that are starting to. You guys are obviously putting a lot of effort into that. Before it was just tremendous cigar, and the presentation was not consistent with the quality of the cigar. But boy, you guys have really stepped that up.
We had it's funny you say that, because for so many years you're just worried about the product and walking in, and we weren't really in any stores, so we never had the mentality of presentation and boxing and just that little edge that you needed going outside of the shop. So everything was pretty much how we did it in the store, and we just figured, all right, let's just get the cigars out there and we'll figure out the boxes later. But we started to realize that, it's a huge part of what you're selling.
Yeah.
And it's, for a small company, getting boxes done and all this other stuff. And we didn't have the space, again, to be able to have all these boxes in there, 200 boxes of each brand.
Empty. Air.
Yeah, we have nowhere really to stick. And the boxes in the store are completely different than what you're going to see on the shelves. So you're going to get that traditional old-style wooden cigar box coming directly out of the store. Would be a lot different when you're going to see getting in the brick and mortar. So we started really putting it together like, all right, we really need to step up the boxes in there. So now we're going to take, like I said, the core line boxes. The boxes for the pulpits are going to be new. The flat iron, the 45 series are going to be completely all uniform, but a little different, a little more show a little bit more of our style, and be able for people to see. I was like, all right, I can see. I understand what it is, because we always felt like people were kind of shying away because of the boxes and the presentation and weren't really giving the cigar a chance. Now with the packaging and everything we're doing, I think is going to be a big difference in giving people more of that thought. I'm like, let me try the Martinez out and see what it's all about. So, yeah, we're excited for that.
Yeah, like you said, that latest cigar, the Patrimonio, that's going to really stick out on the shelves.
Definitely. It really will.
Yeah, and the interesting about that box is if you take it home with you, you throw a Boveda in there, and that's a humidor for you. It's the cedar box inside.
Tight.
It's tight, and it's a beautiful box to put on the table, fill it with cigars, and just on your office or whatever. But when I first saw it, I'm like, man, that could be like a humidor. He's like, yeah. He's like, this is what we're doing. I'm like, wow, it's nice.
Sweet. Is that a 10, 20 count?
It's a 20 count.
20 count.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a 20 count boxes. So they're going to be in two different sizes and two different wrappers.
Right, yeah.
Aripiraca, and then you have the San Andreas, which we're known for with the San Andreas. That's our thing. So we had to put the San Andreas in there. And I haven't smoked the San Andreas yet. Really interested in seeing how that one goes. With the San Andreas wrapper, you want to give it a little bit more time to be in there. So they're still stored away in there. So these are still young.
Yeah.
You're still not there yet. But by the time we get to the show next week and then they get onto the shelves, we're planning to start shipping them out after the show, probably looking at the first week in June.
Okay.
When we'll start shipping things out. So, let's keep our fingers crossed. We're confident about our product. We've always been. We've never shied away from it. So I think this is going to be it's a little different from what we usually do, I would say. But it's a really good cigar in my opinion.
I just finished mine, and the the spice level obviously did increase on the retrohale, but it kind of also increased on the actual smoking experience too, to where I'm sitting here, I just put my cigar down in the ashtray, and I've got those little pinpoint tingles going in the mouth, where it's like there's that lingering kind of spice or whatever, spice or pepper kind of thing going on on the tongue and everything. And no, it was a great cigar. I really liked it. You guys nailed it.
Thank you. Yeah, he did a great job on this. Like I said, the original blend that he did on this one was way too strong. And we were talking about, it's like, this is only going to hit 5% of the market.
Yeah.
Not everyone smokes a full punch-in-the-face cigar. I mean, there are those, but not enough to where we needed it to be at. So he brought it around, flipped a couple things around on here, and then I think he really, really did a good job on it.
No, I think he came out really, really good.
Yeah, and I keep saying, he's that new blender that's out there that no one really knows about yet. And I always tell people, if you want to start a cigar and you're really serious about starting a company up, reach out to us. We're ready to do that, and it's something we really like doing. So
yeah, you've helped a number of people do that.
Yeah,
so, no, that's great. Well, Dan, as we wrap things up here, where can people find and talk to you?
Well, we're here at 8984 Watson Road in Crestwood, Missouri, and you get a hold of us at rivermencigars.com, but just keep in mind I don't update that very often. Actually, I don't even know how to update it.
But you got your Instagram that you do post to regularly. You got your Facebook.
And we're putting on, I try to get in one every day or two. And if anything's going to be announced, I put it up on Instagram and then copy onto Facebook as well. So you follow us there, you'll be informed, and looking forward to doing something with you guys later in the year.
Definitely. And real quick before we let you go, phone number for folks that want to give you a call and get some
314-843-3355.
All right. Perfect. Well, Dan, thank you so much for taking some time out, and thanks so much for letting us borrow some space in your lounge to record tonight.
Anytime, guys.
Perfect.
That was great.
And Dave, where can people follow and find Martinez Cigars?
You can find us at our website at martinezcigars.com, and then we're on Instagram at Martinez Cigars. That's pretty much everywhere you can find us. You can find Martinez here at Rivermen, and also at Lit. We're in Laredo, Texas at Smoker's Alibi. We're also at Max out in Palo Alto, and off the top of my head, I'm trying to remember some more.
The Smoke Pit in Greenwood, Indiana, and then Man Cave Cigars.
Yes.
Man Cave Cigars in Little Rock.
Yes.
Anywhere else? Those are the ones I know of that have
off
the
top of
pulpit.
my head, I don't have the list in front of me, but yeah, we're in the Humidor in Chicago.
Okay.
From the Gold Coast.
Yeah, the Gold Coast couples.
Yeah, we have we're in Guam.
What?
Yeah, we're in Guam. We're in store out there in Guam. So yeah, we're starting to get little places here and there.
Wow,
it's just growth, man.
Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah, this is Gator. I'm back.
So Jeff, where can people follow the Cigar Pulpit?
They can follow it at the Cigar Pulpit on Instagram. You can also follow Naked Gator, which is my page, NEKKID Gator.
Yes.
And by the way, I just want to throw this out. Everyone will be able to see my photo from this past Saturday of my naked gardening.
And I want it for the record. I had nothing to do with this. I wasn't present.
No.
I was with Dave, and we were over here at Rivermen while that photo was being taken. I had nothing to do with the naked gardening photo.
I think Dave kind of wanted to come down and hang out and see the whole process.
Yeah. No, I helped you out with the staging.
The concept.
Exactly. We rolled over a few different ideas for the picture, and I ended up going in a different direction when I found out the bird feeder that I was going to use to cover my butt crack was too tall, and it was just going to cover my back. And I didn't know if that was going to go over well on the Instagram.
Yeah, I don't think people need to see your ass.
Now, if anybody's curious...
You show your ass proverbially enough on this show on a regular basis.
I'm not the only one that does this, and I want to point out that if you go to hashtag Naked Gardening or hashtag Naked Gardening Day, you can see lots of other folks that partook in the holiday as well.
All right. Well, where else can people follow us, Jeff?
MySpace, how's that doing?
It's non-existent.
Okay, that's not there. So I guess basically otherwise it's YouTube.
Yes.
And they can also call us on the Ask the Boys hotline, which number is?
Area code 863-874-0000.
Get those questions in. Additionally, we also have Parler. Is that right?
No.
No, we don't have Parler. You can email us at, is it The Cigar Pulpit or Cigar Pulpit?
You can go over to cigarpulpit.com and use the Contact the Pulpit page.
Yeah, and that's, direct your correspondence there to Nick at cigarpulpit.com.
Anywhere else that we can be found, Jeff?
What about MeWe?
I mean, I have a page. I don't really go there too terribly frequently, but yes,
Okay.
I am on MeWe. Of course, it's under my name, and I have a fairly generic name. So, you got to look for me.
Do we have anything on the
where else can they
Googles?
find you?
Come on, Jeff. You're missing technically two, but you're missing one really big one.
Is it the Instagram? We've said
We've
those.
said the Instagram.
What about, Snapchat? I forgot about Snapchat.
No, we're not on Snapchat.
Oh.
TikTok?
Our TikTok page is taking off.
But I'm not going to lie. I had a suggestion as to something we can do with TikTok, and I'll talk to you two about it after we're off the show because I don't want to say it and have somebody else steal it.
Okay, fine. Facebook and the Facebook Parishioners page.
Oh, look at that! He finally remembered.
You didn't even have to prompt me.
Did Dan prompt you?
No one prompted me. I just wanted to have a little fun with you.
Yeah, all right. Yes, we are on Facebook with the Facebook Parishioners group, so get in on that fun. And then there's Twitter. I mean,
as always, yes.
There's Twitter, but anyway.
We do Twitter.
Do you guys post on? Do you do anything with Twitter?
what I do with Twitter is I toggle the little switch, so every one of my Instagram posts go over there.
The problem with Twitter.
So realistically, not really, but
the problem
for those of
with
you who
Twitter,
are Twitter only people, you can go there, but
my question would be why.
The greatest
I don't even
experience.
think we know the password to get into Twitter.
Nice.
Yeah. So here's my problem with Twitter. I have always thought Twitter was for people that think they're more interesting than they actually are.
If you like Twitter, you can direct your correspondence to Gator.
It's like, follow me on Twitter.
Via the contact.
Why should we
pulpit
follow
page.
you? Because you're just a goofy-ass celebrity that no one really, truly cares about.
Well, it's the same as follow me on Instagram.
No. They like our Instagram page, and that's fine. But I don't. The whole follow me on Twitter just bothers me.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like you people aren't really that interesting.
I think you would be good on Twitter. You should get on Twitter and start putting your thoughts out there.
Oh, that's all I need.
Yeah,
I would like to follow James Woods, though. I hear he's fun on Twitter. Unless he's been banned.
How's the thing with Bob Saget?
It's going nowhere.
Non-existent.
Yeah, going nowhere.
Although
fast.
I did watch a video that he posted to his story the other night where he cooked himself a steak and some mushrooms and some arugula in a pan on the stovetop because his wife was out of town and couldn't cook for him. And so, he can take time to cook for himself, but he can't take time to just,
a pretty good meal, though.
15 minutes to get on a Zoom call with us and have a cigar.
I mean, like arugula. I've got
You
some
guys should
growing.
make a road trip to his house and just sit outside his gate.
Oh, yeah, that'll go over.
Yeah, that's how we experience what the inside of the L.A. County Jail looks like.
Yes.
Anyway, especially after Jeff threatened to kill him on in the.
That is not how that went down.
I mean,
that is like the lighter story. That is not how any of that went
threaten
down.
his life. I mean,
I said the last thing he wants is to be on his deathbed in 25 or 30 years, whatever I said, and thinking to himself, "God, I wish I'd done the cigar pulpit."
But out of nowhere, he referenced Bob Saget's deathbed. So you could construe that as somewhat of a threat.
Well, I mean, I gave him a lot of years, probably more than he's going to have.
Wow.
He's up there.
Wow. Says the dude turning 52 this year.
Oh, I doubt I'll be around by the time he does reach out for the interview. So. I'm on borrowed time the way it is. So you've seen me try to get up and down out of these chairs.
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, final thoughts on the Patrimonio from Martinez Cigars.
Dude, phenomenal job on the cigar. I put mine out for full disclosure a couple of minutes ago. I know Nick had a little burn line issue when it first started.
Yeah,
I had just a little bit. It corrected up quickly. Just a phenomenal stick, man. Great flavor to it. The pepper really did ramp up there at the end on the retro hail. I'm going to say that.
No, I didn't think he was going to get to the final third.
Oh, I got fun.
I made it through, man. I stuck
okay.
in there, so it was good. The beauty of having Dan come on is I was able to step away for a minute and just sit and enjoy the cigar, and I did. It's a phenomenal smoke. and it's everything I've come to expect from Martinez.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, and be sure to tell Jesus that. He did, again, I enjoy the cigar a lot.
Wait, you're going to tell Jesus he doesn't listen to the show when you're on?
No.
It's probably for the best.
Yeah, let's be honest.
The reason why
well, no, I'm okay with that because I don't know if I want him knowing what he's associating with.
True. Valid point.
I tell him all the things that go on. The thing with him is he gets into work at 5:30 every morning till 7 o'clock every day. And,
well, that's a good hour and a half.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean in the evening?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was way off there.
So
some people work more than you, Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's there 7 days a week. He doesn't take a day off.
Wow.
So he answers every email, every call that comes into the store. So once he's done with work, he goes home and just...
Well, and that's kind of like Nick and I with our papers. I'll have people reach out and like, did you read the story in your paper? And I'm like, about that.
Yeah.
Because by the time we're done with our issue, we're on to the next issue.
I say that issue's dead to me, and I'm moving on to the next one.
Yes.
Yep.
And that's just the cycle that we go through. And I can imagine that, if you sit and do cigars for 14, 15 hours a day, you're going to want to go home, decompress before you come back in, especially at 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah, he's there at 5:30, and then he's handling all the shipping, all the emails that come in.
Wow.
Everything that, if you're reaching out to us and want to know what something's going on, or if you
I thought that's what you did.
No, I didn't handle anything with that. No, not me. So he's doing that, and I'm amazed every time. Like, just take a day off. He's like, no, I got to be here. So
you should bring him to St. Louis.
He's coming next time.
All right. That's
good.
News we just broke. That's awesome.
He doesn't know that yet, but he's coming next time.
I look forward to meeting Jesus in person.
Well, we'll have to take him to the nice restaurants, the ones that we haven't taken him
exactly
Dave to yet. Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to say this. We took Dave to Zia's the last time he was here.
We did.
Which is a phenomenal restaurant.
We did.
And Schlafly is, that's nothing to sneeze at either.
Not
That's
at all.
a good
Not
St.
at all.
Louis tradition.
That was good. That was very, very good. I mean, what's it called? Zia's?
Zia's.
Yeah.
That was more of an experience for me because I was yelled at for half the dinner, so I didn't really get to enjoy it.
I mean, that's because you ordered noodles instead of shrimp.
Yes.
Yeah.
I take full responsibility for that.
Big change in the diet there for Christian.
So next time I come out, I want to try it again.
Yeah.
So...
Well, we're going to have to throw Christian. We're going to have to throw Christian a birthday party at the event this year. Even though it may not be on his birthday, we're throwing him a birthday party. We'll have a cake.
Yeah, we got to make up for for the lost time last
Yeah, maybe a couple of dancing girls.
I mean, we do have some pretty world famous clubs over on the east. No, I'm kidding. Kidding.
We just can't feed them.
Kinda.
You're kidding, but it's true.
I mean, it is
true.
It
is true.
I don't know. Anyway. Yeah. All right then.
We'll get him some shrimp. We're going to make up for everything from last time.
We'll get him all
the shrimp.
It'll be great. So,
thanks, guys.
Well, Dave. Dave, on that note, thanks so much for swinging by.
Thanks for having me, guys.
We really appreciate it. And, guys, the TPE cigar, we've been hyping it up for almost a year. It's all worth all the hype. I mean,
it really is.
Patrimonio,
that was a good stick.
Very good cigar. You're going to want to make sure you're telling your brick and mortars if they're going to TPE, tell your brick and mortars, hey, while you're at TPE, make sure you find the Martinez Cigars booth.
Yes.
Give those guys a try. Try out their cigars and, give them an honest look.
And while you're at it,
they're
put
good
in
cigars.
the Bishop and Gator.
Well, that's a given. We
That
want you
goes
guys to
without
be
saying,
really pushing the Bishop
but
and the
it's gotta
Gator.
be said.
But, I would fully expect that Dave and the crew at Martinez would be pushing those at TPE as well.
Oh,
By God,
they'll be there.
We're going to be there pushing them, too.
Well, we are. We are, yes.
So, if you're a brick and mortar retailer and you want to come by the Martinez booth, you're going to also get to meet the Bishop and Gator.
Yes.
Ooh,
right?
It's thrilling.
Yeah.
I know that might seal the deal for some people to swing
Minor
by.
cigar celebrities.
All right, then.
I said minor.
Minor.
Yeah, we're C-list, maybe.
I was going to go D-list, but, we'll go C-list.
Yeah, we're not on the A or B, but by God, we're going to be there.
You're getting to the B, man. I think you're on a B.
Fair enough. We're not Delicia, but, we're still there.
It's true.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get to meet her.
She's got a restraining order against you, bud. I hate to break it to you.
She does.
If she finds out you're at the show, you may end up staying in the hotel room the whole time.
Oh, my God. Think of the reality show Gator and the Vixen.
Oh, I don't know if that's... I don't think that would fly too well.
It would be the ultimate odd couple.
That's for sure.
Sure.
Yeah, because she knows what she's talking about, and she's classy, and then there's me.
Showing your ass.
Yes, on a consistent basis.
And gardening.
Yeah.
Naked.
She might like fresh vegetables.
Okay. Okay. Oh, my God.
There's so many things you could say to that.
The Gator and the Vixen. It'll be a great show on TLC.
Guys, this has been
It'll be right after all the midgets.
This has been another sermon from the Cigar Pulpit coming to
And
you
the people with 35 kids.
from the JRE Tobacco Aladino Mobile Studios at Rivermen Cigar Company.
And the big people, like,
I'm Nick.
600 pounds and all that.
That's Gator. That's Dave.
Take care, guys.
Stay safe and stay smoky.
Sorry,
everyone.
Dan. I really think I'm onto something here.
I don't.
Oh.
I think you're way off.
Delusional at best?
At best. Criminal, possibly.
Gator and the Vixen.
Yeah.
Are we still on?